All right, shalom, 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 Israel. Want to start off first and foremost, giving the course all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
Now,
Yahweh being who the world calls God, and the name is only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Of course, we are the Hebrew Israelites that speak this word, speak this truth through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And today we're gonna be touching on the topic, which is faith, and it's a needed topic to talk on, man. A very, very needed topic. And it's necessity and it's truth, man. You don't have faith, you don't got nothing.
that's right.
And a lot of brothers they don't understand that. They get into this truth and they don't understand how important faith is. So I'm gonna start at Ephesians 2:8. That's where I'm gonna start at. And it says, "For by grace are ye saved through faith," right? "And that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast." So, what the Most High is saying, what Paul is saying here through the Spirit of the Most High, is that you're not going to be saved by how many commandments you kept. You're not going to be saved based on, look, because you're not going to be based, brothers ain't going to be in the kingdom talking about, I kept the laws better than you. That's not how it's going to be. You're going to be saved by how much faith you got, right? But we know, of course, you got to have faith in works, but your faith it's needed. Without faith, man, everything you're doing is void, right? You got to have that faith in the Most High, right? You're going to have some brothers out there that's thinking they just got to keep the laws and, and a lot of these brothers that don't even believe YAHAWASHI coming back. They're not believing in none of these. They don't believe the chariots really going to crack through the skies and they're going to save the Israelites. They don't believe those things, man, right? That's where the faith comes in, man. Faith is the evidence of things not seen, right? And that's what you gotta have. You gotta have that faith, man. You gotta have that faith because we are surrounded with so many witnesses. The witnesses being everyone that's been from the beginning of this book even into the end, right? People that believe, and not everyone, but the righteous ones, the ones that believed in the Most High, the ones that trusted in the Most High, right? The ones that had the faith in the Most High to get them out of the situations that they were in. And that's what you got to have, man, because you're not going to get out of this place by Jake thinking he perfect, keeping all the laws to perfection, thinking he's going to make it out that way, man, because you're going to slip and you're going to fall. And when you fall, you're going to have some faith, man. It's just that simple. But I thought that would be the first precept to bring out because
I got a precept with that too.
Go ahead,
along with that. Hebrews 11 and verse 1.
Right.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. So faith is the evidence of things hoped for because like speaking on YAHAWASHI, like YAHAWASHI walked the earth thousands of years ago. So this generation, we have faith in the Most High because we see the prophecies unfolding, happening before our eyes, and all these things are coming to pass. And it says the evidence of things not seen because we haven't seen the Most High, but we have faith in the Most High that he's going to save us out of this land of captivity, and he's going to deliver his people as he promised.
And I'd even I'm gonna read verse 2 on that too. I want to read down on this because Hebrews 11 is really good to read on faith. Hebrews 11 and 2. I'm gonna start from where you left off. Hebrews 11 and 2. It says, "Through faith we understand that the worlds, right, were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear." So we weren't there. We weren't sitting there seeing the earth taking place and seeing YAHAWASHI and the angels get the command from the Most High to come make these things. We didn't see that, but that's through faith because the word says so. So you believe in the word, right? Now someone is like, "Well, man, how you just believe in it? It's faith, man." A lot of people, they really can't understand faith, man.
Right.
A lot of people, they sit there and say, "Well, Prove it, brother. Prove all that, brother. Look, prove, what I don't found out is a lot of these people that believe in science, believe in all these things, they have faith in these scientists, man. They can't prove half the stuff they talk. They can't prove anything they talk about, man.
Right.
But yet they go and put them before the Most High. Because whatever you believe in, whatever your philosophy is, whatever your doctrine or whatever your so-called religion is, you're gonna have to have some part of faith in that. Right?
Right.
So as much as they might want you to believe that everything's so-called facts that they're with, look, you have to have faith because certain things you're not going to be able to prove, right? But we got the word of God and many witnesses that can prove these things, man. And the Most High's word is going to be true in every man alike. That's what we come into, right?
Right.
Verse 3. Well, verse 4, it says, by faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it being dead yet speaketh. Right? By faith, Enoch was translated, that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. So he believed God so much that he translated, man. Ain't no man gonna go out there and find Enoch's body, Enoch's bones.
That's right.
The Most High. He had faith in the Most High.
That's
right? His translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. Verse 6. But without faith, this is key right here. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. So if you sitting there thinking that you pleasing the Most High, that by doing these laws, statutes, commandments, without having the faith, the true faith in the Most High, then look, it ain't gonna work, man. If you don't really believe these things are gonna come to pass, and you just keeping laws thinking it's gonna get you out of something, you ain't doing it in the right spirit, man. You gotta have that faith, because without faith, it's impossible to please him. Now, if you have the true works, you're doing those works because of your faith, man. Right. But a lot of people, they don't have that faith, man, and they're doing the works. And a majority of them that aren't that don't have the full faith aren't really doing the works like that.
Right.
You know, they might do something every once in a while, right? It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So you gotta believe in that, man.
That's right.
You gotta believe in the Most High, man. You gotta trust in the Most High. Let me add the brother Tazamak to this thing.
Right.
Shalom, Tazamak. Shalom.
Shalom.
But yeah, like we was reading verse 6, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right? Verse 7, it says, by faith Noah, being warned of God of things that not seen as yet, moved with fear. Look, Noah didn't just sit up when the Most High told him, look, hey, this place is finna water's finna be everywhere. Everybody finna get drowned. Everybody finna be underwater. He didn't say, well, man, ain't no way in hell that's finna happen, and kick his legs back. He said, man, he feared the Most High, man. Right. And you gotta be, Jake was scared when he built that whole big old damn ark, man. He was scared as hell of what the Most High was gonna do.
Right.
He was working his tail off, man. It says, but the key part of this is it says not seen as yet, man. Those people during those times, and just like the times that's coming right now, they're not believing them. You know how crazy these Edomites think we are, and a lot of our people think we are. We got to tell them that this place is finna be destroyed. The next kingdom, America, is finna come crashing down. We don't see those things right now, but it's written in the book. It's written in the scripture. It's written in the word, and it says, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of righteousness, which is by faith. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive an inheritance, obeyed and went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in the tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is God. I want to get a key point too. Man, all these are good points. I'm gonna keep reading. Might as well keep reading. Verse 10. For you look, verse 11. Through faith, also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age. So she had the faith to believe in the Most High to have a child when she was past age, man. When she was old, very, very old, right? But she had faith that the Most High would do that.
Right.
And it says, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off. That's what we got to do. We got to see these things afar off. We got to know these things are going to come to pass, man. Hey, brothers might travel for the kingdom, man. I know brothers don't like to talk about that, but you might give up the ghost before YAHAWASHI comes back, man. But what do we read? What does the scripture say to those that are asleep? We waiting on them, right? This same way as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right?
That's right.
And it says, but having seen them afar off, were persuaded of them, right? And embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, right? So we're strangers on this earth. We're different. Hey, they would call us a cult. They would call us a something different from society, something that's the opposite of the way this society wants to go, right? That's what they will call us. Why? Because we are on something completely different than they're on. We believe in one only true God, and we believe we should keep the law, statutes, commandments. We believe we should have the true faith in Him. You know, we believe that. Right. So in this world, we are strangers. We're different, right? And even in the 4th chapter, it says that they think it's strange that you run not with them, that you not like them, that you don't do everything that they do, speaking evil of you. Right? Let's keep reading. Verse 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is in heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for He had prepared for thee a city. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, man. And you gotta have a lot of faith to go in. How many people will kill their own, be willing to kill their son, to sacrifice their son, if the Most High told them to do it? Hey, look, man, that's a different level of faith, man. And that's why he was the heir. That's why it starts with him, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because that's a whole different level of faith, man. A lot of brothers can't reach that type of level, man. Right? And it says, verse 17, it says, offered up his only begotten son. That was his only son he had, right? As in the only one that was receiving the promise, the true only son. And it says, verse 18, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was a dying, blessed both his sons of Joseph and worshiped leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bone. Hey, that's crazy. If you read the book of Exodus, man, they took Joseph's bones out when they left out of Egypt, man. And he said that would happen way before his death. He said that would happen before he died, right? That's an amount of faith he had, right? Verse 23, by faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw that he was the proper child, and they not afraid of the king's commandments. By faith, Moses, when he was coming to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughters, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Hey, that's a level. Hey, he was. What you got to understand is Moses. He was at the top of Egypt, man. He could have sat there and did all the sin he wanted to do, do all the wickedness he wanted to do, go have people fetch things for him and do whatever he wanted them to do. But yeah, he chose rather to be with his people, the Israelites, the bottom of the barrel at that time, uh, in captivity, slavery, being oppressed. He chose to be with them. That's because he had faith in the Most High. You have to have faith in the Most High to do that, man. No carnal Jake in the world is going to make that decision, man. If you give Jake that's not spiritual and has no faith in the Most High, you say, look, what you going to choose to stay in riches and be in the damn regal in Egypt and be at the top of the top, or you want to be with these broke people that's at the bottom talking about they God coming sometime soon? And Jake is going to choose the first option. He's going to choose Egypt. Why? That's because they don't have faith. You got to have faith for things like that, man. You got to, because you got to believe the Most High. Right? In these days, you turn against your family and stuff for the Most High, people that's been there from you. That's faith, man. That's faith. Look, I'm telling you, that's faith, because you believe it's true, right? Regardless of what might come with it, regardless of what might happen, you trusted in the Most High. That's right. And it says, verse 27. I'm reading for a while because Hebrews 11 is good for faith.
That is.
It says, verse 26, esteeming the reproach of HAMASHIACH greater riches than the treasures of Egypt. So he was looking at the things that was seen. He could see Egypt in that moment, but he was wanting the kingdom of heaven, right? And it says, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who was invisible. Right? That's faith, right? Through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of the blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea, as by dry land, which the Egyptians assaying to do were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. Right? That happened. Right? The walls of Jericho fall down after they had the faith in the Most High. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. She believed they really were the children of the Most High. She believed that they really were God's chosen people. She had that faith in that, so God spared her. Right? 32. And what shall I more say for the time? Actually, I want to go down some instead of reading this whole thing. Let me see if I can get some more. Yeah, we can jump down. I might as well just read it out now. Salakia. Verse 32. And what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and of Samson and of Jephthah and of David, also of Samuel and of the prophets. So he's saying, look, all of these people had faith in the Most High, right? Who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of the weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Right? You read about you read about the Maccabees, where you read about Eleazar, the principal scribe, where he could have just ate some stuff that looked like pork, right? And they weren't gonna kill him, but he chose rather to die serving the Most High than to leave a stain on his old age. And there's plenty of accounts like that, right? Verse 36. And others had trial of cruel mocking and scourging, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment, right? Even on HAMASHIACH Yahushua. Verse 37. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goat skins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in the dens and caves of the earth. And these all have obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, God having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. So hey, look, these people did all this and they didn't see the kingdom right there, man. They weren't part of the kingdom, man. They weren't in the kingdom of heaven during the time that they did that.
Right.
But yet they seen it coming. I'm going to get the first verse of verse 12, right? And it says, wherefore seeing, the first verse of chapter 12, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us. Let us run with patience unto the race that is set before us, looking unto YAHAWASHI, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising and shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest he be weary and faint in your own minds. Right? So with all these people, with all these witnesses, man, we have faith. Look at all these people that died by these things, man. Died by the truth, died by serving the Most High.
That's right.
Right? So when we compass with such a great cloud of witnesses, it's up to us to carry the torch, man. It's up to us to see this faith that's of old and the one and only true God, which is Yahweh. The Khan.
That's right.
Y'all got any precepts to add on that?
Yeah, I got a precept. It's going back what you was talking about earlier. That people like to put their faith into men, right. Like our men philosophies, of what men think of the Bible and not what the Lord say. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 5, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. So man, your faith can't stand in the wisdom of men. After Christianity and all these other false religions, you gotta have faith in the Most High. Like you gotta have the power of God. The power of God is the Word. So you gotta have faith in the Word and not faith of believing what another man says.
That's right, man. And I can't tell how many people have faith in man and faith in the Most High, man.
Right.
Yeah.
They have all that faith in all that science and evolution and stuff, but they don't have faith in the Most High.
Right, just like with all these people walking around here with masks and stuff, because the government because the newsman told them to. Right? Understand that if the news told the majority of people to do something, that they would do it. Right. The majority of people is gonna do whatever the government's going with, whatever the news going with. They're gonna do it very fast, quickly. Right. So, that's showing you that but when it comes to the commandments of God, they try to shimmy out of them commandments of God.
Right. They don't
want to do the commandments of God, but the commandments of the newsman, the commandments of the scientists, the commandments of these doctors, we'll do them.
Right.
But when it comes to the commandments of God, man, that shows you who they trust into, man.
This thing, thank you. Revelations 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of YAHAWASHI. So man, you gotta keep the commandment. You gotta keep the commandments of God. In faith, and faith come within keeping those commandments. Because if you believe in if you believe in the Most High, that he'll deliver us, and he'll save us. You gotta follow the commandments to go along with that.
That's right. Come. They like cookies and milk. They go just like faith and works. They go hand in hand with each other.
Right.
And if you ain't got the other, it ain't really working too good for you.
Right.
This is Romans 8:24. And it says, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that what we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. So That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the kingdom of heaven. We're waiting on Yahweh to come back. We're waiting on all these things that the normal carnal person would think we're crazy to be waiting on, right?
Right.
They're gonna tell us the things to worry about now. Well, brother, why don't you go get you some land, go get you a lot of built houses, and we'll build our own nation. Hey, look, man, those are things that are seen right now, right? Those things are not. Those things are not the things that's going to be fulfilled in this book. That's all the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the men of the Lord died for, man.
I got a precept with it too.
What
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter
yeah.
man, it's like the book of Shirach, chapter 1, verse 27. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delights. So you gotta have that. You gotta have that faith, man. You gotta have that faith to the Most High, man, because that's what the Most High delights, man. That's what the Most High. That's what the Most High loves. Because if you have faith, then you believe on Him. You doing the commandment. You doing these righteous. You doing these righteous acts. You doing the will. You doing the will. You doing the will of the Father. If you don't, if you don't have faith, then you lost.
Right. And I want to add to that. We're in the time of faith right now, man. This is a serious time of faith, and I'm gonna prove it with a precept real quick. This is John 20 and 29. It says, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. So we haven't seen Yahawashi. Like the brother was saying this 2,000 years ago. We didn't walk the earth with Yahawashi. We went out there. Well, you never know who brothers is back on the earth, but you get what we saying, man. Right? We went out there. We don't have no recollection of those things. We believe in Yahawashi through the spirit and the power of the Most High, Yahweh, right? And only by Him opening up our eyes and giving us the spirit of faith, understanding, and wisdom, and coming back to His laws, statutes, commandments, which are of old. That's what we're coming back to, right? And that's why it's a very special time to be to wake up knowing that you're an Israelite, because this is the time of faith, man. That's why the Lord said, "Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed." That's something serious that we have that a lot of brothers back then didn't have. They seen it. You know, some of these brothers, they actually walk with Yahawashi. Some brothers actually lived and was there with Him and seen the miracles, man.
Right.
Of course, you know Jake gonna get right when he's seeing the miracles. You're like, damn, who does this nigga? This is nigga. Of course he's gonna do that, man.
Right.
That's why He said, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. He said, the only reason you believe in me is because you see me do it. You see me do these miracles, man. You see me do all these things, man. That's why you believe. But blessed are those that haven't seen. They haven't seen any of those things, man. We didn't see the Red Sea open up. We didn't see any of these things, but we trust in the Most High. We believe in His word, and we understand through the spirit and the power of HAMASHIACH with all these accounts of witnesses that we got to run the race, right? We're paid, like the scripture said in Hebrews 12. I want to get another precept real quick. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17, it says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So the things that you can see, they're temporary. They all eventually end up being destroyed. They all eventually decay. You can go find a house, you can go find a car, you can find anything you want to go find out. It's going to eventually decay, right, and be done with, right? But when it comes to the thing that we're looking for, the kingdom of heaven, Yahawashi's rulership under the Most High on the earth, those things are not seen. You can't go out and take your binoculars and see those things, bro. Right. Those things last forever. Eternal means forever, right?
Right.
I want to give one more precept too. I don't know if y'all brothers got a precept. This is Sirach 25 and 12. And it says, the fear of the Lord. You said what up? Okay. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of His love. And faith
Faith.
is the beginning of cleaving
Even.
unto him.
That's right.
How do you begin getting closer with the Most High?
That's right.
Your faith, man. Right? And how do you start loving the Most High? When you spark out with that fear. When you fear the Most High and you correct your actions and you listen to his commandments. That's the beginning of loving the Most High. Right? That's why when you talking about Noah, man, Noah feared the Most High, man. And built that ark, man. You know, he was out there sweating, you know, probably doing all manner of work, man. But he was so scared of that destruction that was coming and being destroyed by the Most High that he did it.
That's right.
His work was finishing that ark, man. And by faith was he able to do it through the Spirit and the power of the Most High. Y'all got any precepts? I got some more.
They said that faith, man, the faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him, man. That's
It's
like cleave unto man. That's like holding on tight, man.
You're right.
You know, you might fall the airplane. You know, you gotta hold on tight. And you gotta hold on tight to the Lord, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. And you can't be losing faith either, man.
That's right.
If you losing faith in this thing when things go bad, anybody losing faith, man, you need to go read the book of Job, man. You need to go read about what happens to people and how you keep your faith in the Most High and serve it. Oh, I got a precept. This is Matthew 6:30. And it says, wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. Your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So when you're in this truth, man, when things are going bad, when things happen, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep your faith in the Most High, man. The Most High, you keep that faith, and He sees that you trust in Him, that He's that you trust in His power and His glory, man. Look, it's gonna end up going right for you, man. Look at the birds. The birds eat, they drink. All these animals out here, that the Most High's keeping them alive. What you think He gonna do to a faithful servant of Him, man? That's right. One that fears Him and one that trusts in Him, man. Now, that's not saying everything's going to go good and everything's going to be a walk to the kingdom. You're going to have trials and tribulations to test your faith, to see if you really about it, right? Right. He's going to have a lot of people that really say they got faith, but they ain't got it. Tally Stein, he said faith in Hebrew is amanah, which means firmness. We must be solid, firm, and unmovable. That's true, brother. That's you know, right. Solid, firm, and unmovable. That's really goes deeper into what faith is, man. You're not gonna be switching up on the Most High when something goes down. That's right. That's what you got to be steadfast in the truth, man. That's right. That's right, man. I got a precept too. The book of 2 Elders, chapter 6. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have long been without fruit, shall be declared. So faith shall be flourished. So that means your faith is the faith is going to increase. It's not going away. It says corruption shall be overcome. So that faith that you have is going to overcome the corrupted. And it said the truth, which have been so long without fruit and shall be declared. And we all know is that truth with Psalm 119 and 142. It said, thy righteous, and thy law is the truth. Because what it says, you know a man by his fruits, by his works, by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of God. It says that it said the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. So you keeping that faith and doing the will of the Most High God. That truth is going to be redeclared in the earth, and that's the law of the Most High God. It's right. It's right. One second.
Yeah.
God.
But also, man, I think I gotta get on through,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
shalom out.
Hey,
Shalom out.
shalom, Paya,
Shalom. We're
brother
gonna keep
Tazama.
going
I
through the
catch y'all
spirit.
brothers later.
Shalom out.
Shalom.
Well, yeah, like I was saying though, I want to get a precept. Oh, brother posted a precept. Naphtali Stein, 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. That's a good precept too, and I'm gonna bring it out too. That's a good. They go right with it. What you were just saying about being steadfast and unmovable. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, and it reads, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord." So you want to be strong in this thing, man. Firm, unmovable, trusting in the Most High through all the things that you go through, man, and understanding that He is with you, man. Right, and understanding that you can overcome these things, but the only way you're gonna be able to overcome it is having that faith, right? Not thinking that you're the top guy and you're keeping all the laws perfectly, and that's the way that's gonna get you out. The way it's gonna get you out, of course, is by you got to keep the laws, but you got to have that faith in the Most High, man. You got to. Matthew 14 and 29. I got a precept. It said, and he said, "Come." And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to YAHAWASHI. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and beginning to sink. He cried, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately YAHAWASHI stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, "O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt?" Man. So you don't want to be one of those people that's going to sink, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that faith in the Most High. You got to have that true faith in Him and believe that He's there and believe that He's with you, man. Right. And it's all easy to talk about it when nothing's going on. And it's all easy to say you got that faith when everything's going good and everything's going jolly for you. But your faith, you're going to go through the trial of your faith, man. You're going to be tested to see if you really believe in those things that we speak of. Do you really believe? Do you really trust in the Most High? Do you really believe these things that's written in this book, that's written in these scriptures? Are you really willing to die for the Most High? We're going to see, right? And every man is going to be known who's there and who's not, right? I got a precept. Another precept of Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 17 and verse 20. And it says, "Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you, man." So that shows you how many people really ain't got that true faith like that, man. If you got that true faith, you can do things. You can do things that you think is impossible, right? If you got that true faith, right? If you really believe in the Most High and really believe He can deliver you out of these situations, really believe that He can do the things that you know He has the power to do, right? If you had a faith the grain of a mustard seed, that's very small. If you had a little faith, you'd be able to do a lot of things with it, right? So we all got to be building up in faith in these last days. We want to hear no brother talking about he perfect in faith and perfect in the laws and he perfect in it. Look, man, we're going to see in the last days who's really moving in the spirit, man. Because when it moves in the spirit, it's not going to move like some of these brothers is, right? Y'all got a precept because I got something I want to bring up. I'll let y'all get in. I got a precept. All
right. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 10. It says, if thy faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
Read that again. Read that again up.
It says, if thy faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
Right, so your strength is small. Other words, your faith is small, right? You don't. If you faint when things start going down, man, you're like the brother Naphtali was talking about this being solid and firm, unmovable, strong in the Lord, being strong in the Lord, right? If you faint when things go down, man, you didn't really have faith to start with, man. You didn't really have no faith, right? You wasn't really about none of that stuff you was talking about, man, right? Because the adversity is the test, man. That's the test to see if you really believe in Yahawah Shah. You really believe in these things. You really believe in the Most High. Are you willing to stand up for the Most High like our righteous ancestors, our righteous men and women of the Lord did. Only the precept, this is Acts 26 and 18. It says to open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and inheritance among them which are sanctified by faith that is in me. So you're sanctified by faith that is in the Most High, in His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. That's how you're sanctified. That's how you're different. That's how you're cleansed and put separated by that faith, right? So you gotta have that faith, man. Can't be walking around without faith in the Most High, without faith in YAHAWASHI, and not demonstrating that faith. It's easy to say you got it, but you gotta demonstrate it. I got another precept. This is Romans 3 and 24. It says, being justified freely by His grace through the redemption that is in HAMASHIACH YAHAWASHI, whom God have sent forth to be a propitiation. I always slip on this word. Propitiation through faith in His blood, to declare His righteousness for the remission of His sins that are past, through the forbearance of God, to declare, I say at this time, His righteousness, that He might be just and a justifier of him which believeth in YAHAWASHI. Where is boasting in? It is excluded. By what law? Of works? Nay, but by the law of faith. Therefore, we include that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. Now, James, he clears this up in James' 2nd chapter. A lot of Christians, they'll read that and say, well, we ain't got to keep no law, right? But what he's saying in Romans, the 3rd chapter, he tells you that how important faith truly is, right? Look, you're not going to make it to the kingdom based on how many laws you kept. Brother, I kept 700. I kept 365 laws for 35 years. No, brother, that's not how the Most High working, man. Right? The Most High is dealing with those that have the faith in Him. But that's what you're going to be justified by, right? Most High is not justifying you by the law, statutes, commandments. Although we know we got to keep those laws, statutes, commandments, because that true faith is gonna have those work. You gotta have faith in work, right? But the Most High is dealing with faith, man. Right? That's the number one thing He's looking for. That's the number one on His list, man. So Khan, I'm gonna read verse 28 again. Therefore, we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. Right? So you're justified by that faith. That faith is so strong, right, that you're justified by it. Now, does that mean we don't keep the laws? No, that's ridiculous. Because we go ahead and read Romans 3 and 31 in the same chapter, and it says, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law. So what he's trying to tell you here is how important the faith is. Faith is a very important thing, man. If you ain't got it, man, you're not going to make it just by saying you keeping the laws of God. But come, I want to give one more precept on this too. Y'all got any precepts y'all want to add before I get this? All right, I got Romans 10 and 17, right? And it reads, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So how you get this faith is by continually to get built up by the word of the Most High. You got to continually be in His word. That's going to build your faith. See the times the Most High delivered His chosen people. See the times the Most High delivered the men and the women that trusted in Him and didn't trust in the ways of the world. The ones that believed in Him truly and were firmly and strong in Him, right? And see what He did for them. And you'll look and find that those things are great things, man. The things which in the like of things that which have never been seen before, right? That's what the Most High does to those that believe in Him and have faith in Him, right? And listen to His laws, statutes, commandments, and keep them, right? So your faith gets built up by hearing the word of God. You gotta. That's what continues. That's what builds your faith. There's no coincidence why our brothers are feeling low when they get back in these scriptures and you get right and you read this word that you get back up in the spirit. That's because those things increases your faith, it increases your wisdom, it increases your knowledge and understanding. Right? That's just critical, man, to have, and the critical to understand because you got to hear the word of God to build up your faith. So Khan, I want to get this precept to 1 Timothy 6 and 12, right? 1 Timothy 6 and 12. And it says, fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. So we will profess the good profession for many witnesses, man. On the highways and byways, on us speaking the truth on other platforms, for people to see that we believe in the Most High God. So we gotta fight and continue to fight this fight of faith, man. Don't lose your faith in this thing, man. Don't lose your faith in this trial that you're gonna have, man. Right? You gotta keep your faith together. You gotta keep your eye on the prize, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. Right? You gotta keep your eyes straight. Y'all got any precepts I want to add? I got one or two more I want to get on
I got one.
Go ahead, Op.
Okay, come. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. It says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
Right. Constantly. If you got to demonstrate faith also before people, man. Like we just reading earlier, man, talking about how you confess it against witnesses, man. That's letting your light so shine before men, man. So before many witnesses, you believe in the Most High and you trust in the Most High. So you got to fight that good fight. I want to get another precept. See if I can find it real quick. Bear with me, Ezra. All right, yeah. 1 Peter 1 and 7. We'll start at 5. 1 Peter 1 and 5. And it says, who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. So we got that faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time, right? And it says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than the gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of HAMASHIACH. So your faith, when you're going through that trial in your faith and you make it through that trial and you serving the Most High, you continue to go hard for the Most High, you're getting over these bumps in the road. That's what makes you able to be found unto praise and honor and glory, right? That's what makes you, right? That's what makes you worthy of being able to get this kingdom, right? That you never lost faith. You never gave up on the Most High. You never gave up on it because you knew it was the truth, and you continue in his ways, and you kept repenting and asking for forgiveness and kept fighting the good fight, right? Verse 8, whom having not seen ye love. We didn't see, but we love the Most High. We love his son YAHAWASHI, right? And whom though now ye see him not, yet believing, you rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, man. So that's the reward of those things, man. That's the reward, is that salvation that you get from, that's the end, that's the result. When it says the end of your faith, that's the result of your faith, right? That's why when we're reading in Romans 3, it's nothing new. Hey, look, you got to have that faith, man. It's impossible to please him without it. Of which the salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that to come unto you, man. So these, the prophets, they spoke of this generation, right? YAHAWASHI he spoke of this generation that would come with faith. We was just reading it. Those that didn't see, but yeah, they still believe, man. Right? And the grace that means how many things we don't done wrong, the Most High is gonna have mercy on us. Lord willing, he has mercy on us, right? That's the grace that he says should come to us, right? Verse 11, searching what manner of time the spirit of HAMASHIACH, which was in them, did signify when it testified beforehand the sufferings of HAMASHIACH and the glory that should follow. I think that's it on that. I want to get. It was one more precept I wanted. But Con, you gotta have that faith, man. That faith is critical in these last days. Faith. You gotta always be praying on it. You gotta ask for faith. Hold on, let me get this. I want to get this too. All right, this is James 1, in verse 5, right? It says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. They give it to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith. So if you want to ask for wisdom from the Most High, you got to ask in faith, right? You can't be sitting around just, I don't know if the Lord hear me or not. He might be hearing me. I don't know. I don't know if the Lord got time for it. Because the Lord ain't hearing none of that, man. The Lord don't want to hear those prayers. It's kind of like you ain't really dealing with them, man. That you don't really believe in them, right? You got to ask in faith that what? You got to believe in your prayer. You got to believe that the Most High is capable of answering those prayers and believe he can do those things. And you got to keep on with the Most High, man. If you really want it, you got to get on the Most High's nerves to an extent, man. You got to constantly be throwing those prayers up, man. You can't be sitting there saying, oh, well, Most High, you pray one time and you expect to get it that day. You got to go hard, man. You got to beg the Most High. You know how it is when a kid steady getting on your nerves about wanting something. Oh, man, Dad, I want that. Let me get that every day. Let me get that. Let me get that. And then finally, you say, man, here, man, just get him. Here, I got you. That's how you want to beg the Most High, man. That's how you want the Most High to deal with your prayer. Right? Just like, damn, he always asking, man. He always steady asking about that. That's how you gotta be, right? And you gotta believe in it, man. You gotta believe that he will do those things, right? It says they give it to all men. Verse 6, my bad. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. Wavering is like, I don't know. He might answer. I don't know. Let me shoot my shot. You can't be shooting the shots at the Most High, man. Shalom, you can't be shooting the shots at the Most High. You gotta believe in it, right? And it says, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. So if you wavering in these prayers, man, you like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. That means you all over the place, man. The Most High is not dealing with wavering men. He's dealing with people that are firm and strong in the Lord, that trust in the Most High. That's who he's dealing with. Verse 7, because it's going to break it down. It says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. So don't think you're going to receive anything of the Most High just shooting your shots. Maybe you'll hear it, maybe not. You know, he might hear my prayer. No, faith is important. You need faith to even ask for wisdom, to ask for things, man. If you ain't got that, a lot of times that's why a lot of the brothers and sisters' prayers ain't being answered, right? It's because they don't truly believe it can be done. You know, you're just praying for fun, man. You just saying things. No, man, you need to prepare yourself before you come before the Lord. Verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? So that even goes into being double-minded. One day you this, one day you left, and that's most ain't dealing with that. But another precept I want to find. If y'all got any precepts, y'all can bring it up. I want to find one more precept I had. Salaki. Y'all got any precept? All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. And it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right? So the just are going to live by faith, man. Those are the people that's going to be justified. You're going to be justified by your faith in the Most High, by your faith in YAHAWASHI. All right. I think might be it. I'll open up for any questions anybody got in the chat room, and if we ain't got no questions, we're gonna end off. All right, I had no questions. Con. Job had faith in the Most High. Con. I'm gonna bring out this last scripture and then we'll close out through the Spirit. All right, this is Romans 14:23. So I'll see no questions. It says, "And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin." So if you ain't got faith, man, you going off. Just that simple. You going off, you breaking the commandments because you don't believe in the Most High. You don't really believe. You ain't really down. You ain't really a rider, right? And the Most High is looking for riders, man. He ain't looking for the brother that gets shook and he ain't looking for the brother to be not really dealing with him. He gets shook and his eyes looking crazy, right? His heart dropping. The Most High is not looking for that. He's looking for the one to say, "Look, the Most High is with me, and I'm trusting in him." That's who he's looking for. Now that I said that, I want to get a precept on that too, real quick.
You want me to drop this one?
But you got something?
Yeah, I got some.
Bring it up.
All right. This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "For by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is
I read.
Works." You got that? Yeah, did that one?
Yeah, I read that one earlier, but you can read it again, huh?
I'll read it again.
Yeah.
It says, "Not of works, lest any man should boast." It says,
right.
"For we are his workmanship, created in HAMASHIACH unto good works, which is YAHAWAH ordained that we should walk in them."
Con. So we gotta have the true faith in the Most High, man, because we're not gonna be able to get out of these things just based off our works. You gotta have faith anyway. I want to get this precept real quick. This is Sirach 2 in verse 12, and it says, "Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands in the sinner that goeth two ways." Because when you have a fearful heart and you got faint hands, you scared, and those people don't have faith. That's not the attributes of someone that has faith, right? Someone that has faith, they're gonna be strong in the Lord in the power of his might, right? And it says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended." Because if you faint-hearted, what does that mean? You passing out with stuff going on, and you don't have no true faith in the Most High, right? You can't be faint-minded. You gotta know that the Most High is with you, and someone that knows the Most High is with you, they ready to ride, they ready to die for the Most High. And that's the spirit we gotta have in these last days, because that shows your faith. You don't have faith when stuff going down. You say, "Well, brother, what should we do, brother?" Brother, we gotta go. They tell us to go to these FEMA accounts, brother. We might as well go, brother. No, Most High ain't dealing like that, man. He's not dealing with men like that. Verse 15. Well, verse 14, so like it. "Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you?" So if you lost patience, you've lost faith, right? Because a real person that has faith is not going to lose patience. They will continue to wait on the Lord, man, right? So you don't want to, if you lose faith and lose patience in this thing, look, what you going to do when the Most High pull up on you, man? What you going to do when his son come and see about that? Right? You're gonna be caught out there, man. Why? Because you lost faith. Why? Because you got scared up. You lost patience. Oh man, Yahawashi still they can't. You have brothers saying Yahawashi come back in 2000. You know they still wait. Yeah, he still ain't came back. Oh man, you got brothers giving up in this thing, man. It's 2020. Brothers giving up. Man, Yahawashi ain't coming back, man. That's off, man. Because what they gonna do when Yahawashi come back? When he pull up on them, man? Because Yahawashi coming to pull up on a lot of people, man. He finna pull up. And what you gonna do when he pull up, man? You better have your ducks in a row. You better be strong in the Lord and have this faith that he's talking about. Because the Most High, hey, he gonna weed out the ones that don't have the true faith. But y'all brothers got anything else y'all want to say before we close out?
Oh no, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
All right, Khan. With that, we'll give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Shalom Israel,
Shalom.
and Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashua.
Kwam Yashala.
And we got the there should be a camp tonight in Greenville downtown tonight. Lord willing, and then videos should be coming up. Not much of a videos, just gotta bring them up. So definitely be on the lookout for that. All right, but with that, shalom, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.